Swishers, how's it going out there? You guys doing okay? You guys ready for some NCAA action news from the Daily Swish today? Man, have I got a lot of exciting news for you guys. As always, I'm ready to share it with you guys. I'm ready to go ahead and get the news standings out there and tell you guys what is going on in the NCAA world. Okay, man, we have had a lot happen over this last week and weekend. Right? Am I right? Have you been paying attention? Have you been paying attention? Okay, because if not, you need to pay attention to this video and understand what is going on. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with today's Daily Swish. Okay, so remember how I told you that somebody eventually was going to take down Stanford? Remember how I put down that challenge last week? Saying, who is going to take them down? Well, I guess somebody decided to take that seriously, and that somebody would be a non-ranked team, Colorado! Okay? Oh my goodness, you're probably thinking like, what? No way. Stanford's #1. They are a dominant force. How could anybody ever take them down? Guys, I have repeated this over and over and over and over again. Okay? Anybody can take them down. It's just a matter who wants it the most. Okay? And I have said this before. These girls, they should not be taking a break. They should not be taking it easy just because they were #1. Okay? Just because they're in the top spot and they think that maybe, oh, we're untouchable. No, it doesn't work that way, guys. Okay? And so finally, Colorado, of all teams, decided to take down Stanford, okay? And it was a nail-biting game, okay? I don't know if you guys watched it or were able to watch it, but this game was, they went into overtime. Can you believe that? They went into overtime, okay? So, what does this mean? What does this mean, okay? This is Stanford's first loss in the season, okay? They held the #1 spot for several weeks, and if you've been paying attention to my videos, you know that every week Stanford has been #1 each and every single time we go through the rankings. Who's #1? Stanford. Who's #1? Stanford, okay? But this time, Lordy, let me tell you what, guys. This was a fun game to watch, okay? Hull attempted a three-pointer to hopefully tie the game, but lo and behold, okay, Peanut Toodle stopped her with a block, okay? She said, no, not in my house, okay? And she definitely proved that with that block. Okay, the final score came out to be 77-72, so it was a pretty close, tight-knit game, and like I said, you know, you have these teams that you wouldn't think would come out and be a dominant force, but they definitely did that and showed that against Stanford. Okay, so congratulations to Colorado. It looks like you took my challenge when I asked who is going to take down Stanford, and it looks like it was you guys. Okay, so maybe one of the team players watched the video and said, you know what? We need to be that team that takes them down. Okay, so with that being said, like I said, congratulations, Colorado. I'd be celebrating like a million times this week, okay, just for that. But don't celebrate too much. Don't get too settled on that, okay, because you do have some stronger teams coming your way as well, okay? So congratulations, Colorado. Keep it up. Proud of you guys for finally taking down UConn and not UConn, but Stanford. Okay, woo! My head is like wrapped around today. Okay, so like I said, congratulations for taking down Stanford. I stand corrected on that. Okay, and Stanford, man, you got another thing coming. You got to put some work into it now. Now that a non-ranked team took you down, okay, and put up a challenge to you guys. Okay, now it's time to go to work. Okay, can they come back from this? Can they recover? Can they come back to that #1 spot? Will they still be able to get that championship in the end? Okay, who knows? Like I said, this is what I love about the NCAA world. This is what we live for, okay? Teams coming out of nowhere, taking down, stronger teams that you wouldn't think that they'd be able to take down. You got girls that are playing just to play. They're playing their hearts out. They want to be in that Final Four. Because, come on. Who doesn't? Who doesn't want to make a name for themselves? Okay? So, like I said, NCAA, anything could change. Anything could happen. Okay? So, with that being said, Louisville takes the #1 spot. They had a significant win against ACC rivals Boston College and Florida State. Okay? By double-digit figures. What was their secret weapon? Their secret weapon? Man, I can tell you right now, okay? Guard Dana Evans scored 19.4 points per game. She is a triple threat on the court. I don't know if you've seen her play, but she is phenomenal. She's a great, amazing standout player. So, hopefully Louisville can keep this up. Can they? Or will Stanford get a little angry and have that little itch to come back to that #1 spot? Okay? UConn still hasn't played, but they do play tonight. And, that's going to be a fun game to watch. But the game that you really should watch for UConn this week is when they play Tennessee. Okay? And that's going to be on Thursday night. So, good luck to UConn on that game. I'm hoping that they could come out on top for a win and pull out to maybe take down Louisville and replace them and go into the #1 spot, right? But I'm not being biased here, guys. I'm just telling it like it is. Anything happens in the NCAA, and that's what I love, right? Okay? Now, out of the top 10 is Oregon. Okay, and this is because of the loss against then #11 Arizona. Okay, Arizona has moved up since then. So, and I'll get into further discussion about that later. Okay, so all 3 of their losses came from Pac-12 rivals such as Stanford and UCLA. Okay, so can Oregon bring it back out on top? We'll just have to see. We'll just have to figure out, are they going to come back to the top 10, or are they going to stay where they're at? Or, there's some things that Oregon may need to adjust, right? Okay. So, in other news, before we get to the top 10 rankings, I kind of want to talk about A'ja Wilson. Congratulations to her. I don't know if you've been noticing on my Facebook group posts. They did unveil a statue dedicated to A'ja Wilson at South Carolina. And you're going to have to go see her speech. Her speech is phenomenal. Her speech is amazing. And it kind of touched my soul a little bit. I know it touched others' souls. And it's amazing about how she mentioned her grandmother, never being able to set foot there, but being able to see her granddaughter, having a statue of her there. So it's quite amazing. I love A'ja Wilson. She's quite a phenomenal player, MVP, all-around leader, and I have a lot of respect for A'ja Wilson. She's a very humble player on and off the court, fighting for that social justice and trying to help make change. She's trying to help pave the way, and one of those ways was having that statue unveiled. Like I said, she mentions her grandmother, who was not able to ever, back in her time, was never able to set foot on that college campus. And then all of a sudden, decades later, her granddaughter has a statue being unveiled there. I mean, it's amazing to see that. So I want to say congratulations to A'ja Wilson for that. That's a phenomenal thing to have, something memorable, something worth seeing on that campus, So, congratulations to A'ja Wilson. Also, be on the lookout for some free agents in the WNBA. As we get closer and closer to the Final Four, you might see some news here and there from the WNBA, just because we got to make that transition, right, from the NCAA to the WNBA. And so eventually, you know, we're going to fade off from the NCAA after March Madness and get into the WNBA draft. It's going to be amazing. I'll be sure to keep you guys updated with that, see where players are going, where the free agents decide to go, and if they decide to stay with their team with another contract or whatnot. So let me go ahead and give you the top 10 rankings before I leave here. So, number 1, Louisville. Number 2, UCONN. Okay. Number 3, North Carolina State. Okay. Number 4, South Carolina. Number 5, Stanford. Major jump from number 1 down to number 5. So what does that tell you? Okay. So, can Stanford come back to number 1? We'll just have to see. Okay. Anything could change in the NCAA. Get your brackets ready. Okay. Number 6 is Maryland. Number 7 is Baylor. Number 8 is Texas A&M. Number 9 is Arizona. And hanging on to number 10 would be UCLA. Okay? So, is it going to stay this way next week? Is Louisville going to be able to stay number 1? Is UConn going to creep up to that number 1 spot after a win against Tennessee? We'll just have to see. Or is Stanford going to come back with revenge? Okay? We'll just have to wait to find out. So, thank you so much for watching this video. Go ahead and subscribe down below. Make your comments down below. Okay, tell me what you think. Tell me what you predict will happen next week. Are the rankings going to stay the same? Is somebody going to take the number 1 spot from Louisville? Or is Louisville going to stay the same at number 1? Okay? Also, if you have not figured it out already, go on Facebook. If you don't have a Facebook already, get one. Join my WNBA Daily Swish group. Okay? Look for WNBA Daily Swish. Join that group for other updates, news, crazy things going on. Okay? And also, you got friends that like the WNBA, that like NCAA college basketball. Get them here to the Daily Swish. Okay, I'm telling you right now. All right, that's all I have for you guys today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. So, until then, if it ain't hot, it ain't a swish.